Hi there. It's been a while since I last did a video, a Final Finds video. Um, I've been very busy with, you know, filing away all these records on my computer and taking out the records that I just don't really care for and putting them online. I've been selling quite a lot of records the last week. Um, yeah, I've been selling them on Discogs, low prices, so they're going pretty fast. Rethinking my collection, sort of. So what you see behind me, that's what is in my collection still. Right now, nothing goes out of that collection. I still need to do three more of these cubes. They're down there. Um, Probably not a lot of records will be pulled out of that, out of those three cubes, because um, it's my post-punk collection and my, I don't know what you would call it, but my collection where my Swans and The Cure, where those records are in. So I doubt that I'll have a lot of records from that portion to get rid of. Um, so I've been selling records and buying records. I got some records here. Um, some new stuff, a lot of new stuff actually, and some Goodwill stuff. The Goodwill stuff isn't all that good, I guess. But let's start with a record that I wanted to show, I guess in January already, but I totally forgot about it. I need to show this. This is Fox von Braun with Richen on Wheels. Fox von Braun is a Dutch, hate the word, but it's an indie rock band. They're from the northeast part of Holland, a big city called Groningen. Um, and they have, this is their second album, and I think it's their first on vinyl, and this is only on vinyl, except download, but the physical copy is only on vinyl. It's on a wonderful label. It's a pretty cool label there, called Subroutine. Subroutine released this. They're slowly becoming my favorite Dutch independent label. This is a great album. I really enjoy this. It's like Phil Spector producing the Velvet Underground with a maybe Jesus and Mary Chain edge to it. It's not shoegaze, but there's this big wall of feedback that accompanies these sort of early 60s but Velvet Underground type songs. It's a really odd combination, but it works. Yeah, this is just a wonderful album released last year. So if you're into that, check out Subroutine. They got a lot of cool stuff, and they're coming out with some really anticipated records for me, at least. Next one is a Goodwill find. This is Street Beats with Boys and Girls. Street Beats is a Dutch new wave group from the late 70s. This album is from 1979. That's a picture of the group. That guy, his name is Jan Rot. He's the singer of the band, and he's pretty well known in Holland. I think he does translations of musicals and maybe of songbooks by. He did one by the Beatles, I guess, and maybe Dylan. Anyway, this is the inner sleeve with lyrics there. Yeah, it's typical late 70s new wave. First track is, I love that song. The first track is just really good. It's called Just For You, and it's like a song similar to what the Police did, ska, reggae influenced song. The rest is not that good. Not really that into this record. So I'm not gonna keep this. It was 50 cents. See if I can, find someone who wants it. Also picked up this record. This is Teaset, the Teaset songbook from 1966. Original copy on Teen Beat. There you are, Teen Beat. It's a compilation that was released in the same year, I believe, as their debut album called Emotion. Love the back cover with all the drawings on it. And Derek, if you're watching, this one's for you. And I know you dig labels. This is the Teen Beat label. Very freaking cool label, I think. The little guy on top just makes it. It is Dutch beat music, more British sounding, I guess. Mercy beat, Freddie and the Dreamers, that kind of stuff. It's not bad, but it's not really what I'm looking for. This copy is in great shape, except for those white marks on the faces of those guys. That's where the former owner had glued family portraits, so I had to take them off. Sleeve is laminated, but it left this white residue. It's not sticky or something, it's just, I don't know. Anyway, it's an okay album. Nothing too amazing, but it's a great find. It was 50 cents as well. This one I really liked. This is George Benson. There we are. White Rabbit. And it's got a killer lineup. Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Hubert Laws, Airto. I don't know Jay Berliner, but Earl Klug and Billy Cobham. Great names in jazz and jazz fusion. So on CTI. It's a German CTI issue. It's got a there we are. It's got a pretty cool drawing of Alice in Wonderland's White Rabbit. Of course, it's got the cover White Rabbit by Jefferson Airplane. It's got California Dreaming by Mamas and the Papas, and they're really, really good versions. I kind of hoped for a little more funk, but it's good fusiony kind of music, jazz music, and I like this. I like this a lot. So George Benson, White Rabbit. This was also 50 cents. As was this. This is Terra Nova by Terra Nova by Nova from 1982. It is the cover is very futuristic, and that's what the music is. It's synth-based pop. I don't know, not really. It's like Jean-Michel Jarre type music. It's synthesizer music, and it's done pretty decent. It's nothing amazing. It's a Dutch group. They had a hit with a song called Aurora. Yeah, this was 50 cents. I had seen it before. It's on CNR, which is probably, the label that released a lot of shitty stuff, but also pretty nice stuff. So yeah, that's Nova. Like I said, nothing too spectacular. It's like a more slick and smooth Jean-Michel Jarre. I ordered something from sort of a Dutch eBay. It's called Marktplaats. it works the same as eBay. You can bid against each other, but you can also say, I want that record for that price, and then they agree or don't agree. And this person agreed. 2 records, 25 euros. I think it's a good price. First one is Comembert Electrique by Gong. This is the 1980 Italian 1980 edition on probably one of the most horrendous labels ever, Oxford. But the vinyl is in good shape. Sounds good. Sounds freaking amazing because I love this record. This is my first full-length Gong record, and I'm going to pursue the Gong sound because this is really, really good. For those who don't know Gong, you should watch more videos by Derek or Big Star, Jazz and Prog Man. It's progressive music and pretty far out progressive music. The other record I picked up was a copy of Eggy Bum Yashi by Cam. This sleeve looks like a bad photocopy, but I think it's an original. I'll have to look it up, but it was a good price still. Already have this on CD, but I wanted this on vinyl. Again, don't need to talk too much about that. Let's do the new records last. I got a couple more Goodwill records. First up, Toontje Lager, Rob of Ronder. Yeah, sort of translates to win or lose, something like that. Dutch pop, ska elements, reggae elements. I like it. It's their second album. I don't really care for their first. I have their third, which I like, and then that's about it. This is on the Dutch Kilroy label. Pretty fun if you like, your new wave to have ska elements or reggae elements. And it comes with, if I can get it out, this booklet, lyric booklet. So, yeah, it's a pretty nice copy. And you see this in Goodwill quite a lot. So if you like Dutch pop music, this is fun. Also, managed to pick up a copy of Killing Me Softly by Roberta Fleck. It's the piano sleeve. I like this record, but I think First Take is better. I will look out for more Roberta Fleck records because I like this type of soul music. Last Goodwill record, the rest is all new, is the third album by Nena. You know her of 99 Red Balloons, or as we Dutch and Germans probably know it as 99 Luftballon. This is called Feuer und Flamme. Its title is, there. And it's a more, I don't know, it's not as good as their first 2 albums, but comes with very colorful inner sleeve. It's got a couple of really good songs and a couple of mediocre ones, but it's still a good record, I guess. So that's all the Goodwill records I picked up, except for obviously the Can and the Gong record and the very first one. Let's see. Then my records I pre-ordered and I got in the mail the last 2 weeks. First one is the new Mad Moss, The Marriage of True Minds. Their first album on Trill Jockey. It's very shiny, as you can see. Those are very green, very big green triangles. very large green triangles, because that's the name of one of the songs on here. Probably the best song. Those who don't know Matt Moss, it's an electronic duo from the United States, and this is a concept album where through telepathy they were transmitting images and sounds to these subjects that had these goggles on their heads. And these people who underwent this telepathy, they told Matt Moss what they heard and what they saw, and that was then turned into this album. It's a double LP. Comes with inner sleeves with some explanation on the tracks. I like this album. It's just not really the killer experimental album I hoped it would be. I know these guys can do crazy shit with samples and just amazing stuff. This is not amazing. It's a good album, but it's not really, that great. One of the odder songs on here is their take on a death metal song or a black metal song. I don't really know. But you hear black metal type vocals with electronic stuff, and it works. It's really, really interesting. If you're into experimental electronica, this is a good record. It's not the best record to get into, I guess. When I got that, I got this 12-inch as a bonus. You can't hardly see. This is Nobukazu Takamura, with Mimic Robot. It's got a little robot there. It's very pink, as you can see. So it doesn't translate well to my laptop. Anyway, it's 4 tracks. There you see some tracks. Also released on Trill Jockey in 2002. I don't know why I'm showing a black label. Anyway. It's electronic music, experimental electronic music in the vein of Warp. And it's fun. I really enjoy this. I got it for free, like I said. So that's a nice extra. Normally they send promo CDs with the albums you order, but this time it's a whole damn 12-inch. Also received my copy of Atoms for Peace, a mock. It's the limited edition, shiny, embossed, triple gatefold. Folds out. It's every atom or every meteor you see on the sleeve is it's got the silver finish over it, and it's all embossed, the inside, the outside. Also, it's a double album, 45 RPM. You got a pretty thick cardboard insert and a also embossed and where is it? There it is. Shiny inner sleeve. I'm going to show the other one as well. I haven't seen a lot of people show this on the vinyl community. Look, it's beautiful. It's for those who don't know this album, it's Tom York's project that basically is the band he toured with while releasing his album The Eraser. It features Flea of the Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nigel Goodrich, who produced Radiohead, and he produced The Eraser. Glitchy electronic stuff that's very familiar to Radiohead fans. Also comes with the CD. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this. Good songs. It's not as good as my favorite album by Radiohead, Kid A, but it has elements of what Kid A did. The more electronic stuff. That's what you hear on here. I love it. It's a good album, and yeah, I love the packaging. It's just such a killer packaging. Um, four, four sides, 45 RPM. Great record. Also picked up the new Mogwai. This is a soundtrack for a French TV series called Les Revenants. It's got an inner sleeve with pictures and some information. It's pretty. I don't know if it's a short album, but there's a lot of songs on here, as you can see. So they're not as expanded, long as other Mogwai stuff, but yeah, it's most definitely Mogwai. It's also very much a soundtrack album. Really enjoyable. This is a French zombie series that they did the music for, and if you have seen the movie 24 Days Later, it features music by Mogwai. That's a zombie film. It works. Desolated areas with just, zombies walking around and then hearing Mogwai's music, it works. So this is a great album. I also received the new My Bloody Valentine. I've listened to it this morning, but I couldn't play it like really loud. The inside of the gatefold. There's a little pocket for the CD here, which, to be quite honest, I didn't know because it fell out. I might take that out and put it with my other CDs that came with albums. That's what the album looks like. It's a pretty simple release in terms of packaging. Not really that thick of a cardboard sleeve. The cover is kind of simple. There's not a lot of info. But it's a good album. I have to listen to it a little bit more to really connect with it, but it doesn't go far from what they did with Loveless. So this is if you love My Bloody Valentine in the late 80s, early 90s, you're gonna love what they done here. The second side at the end is a little more experimental, but it's a good album. It's a return album that I think is worth investigating if you're interested in shoegaze. Yeah, it's the first album since 1991, so that's a good one. And then this just came in the mail, and I'm pretty stoked. It's the new Autechre. It's called XI. It's a 4 LP box. I haven't opened it yet. I will later. But yeah, Autechre. Experimental music on the Warp label. Glitchy electronica. I don't know what to say because I haven't listened to it yet, but I believe this is interesting. I'll most definitely will talk about this. I'll do a little video when I talk about this, and I wanted to talk about these records that Henry gave me, but it's already like 25 minutes, so I'm not going to do that. I'll talk more about this and the records Henry gave me in an upcoming video. First, I'm going to do a book and movie video thing that not a lot of people watch, but I don't give a shit. I will kind of change the format of my Final Finds video because I'm a little more, aware of what I buy and what I'm going to keep and what I'm not going to keep. So, take care. I'll be talking to you. Bye-bye.